Good morning. Welcome back to the conservatory. It's Monday morning and it's beautifully sunny again. I'm actually, as soon as I finish this live with you, I'm going to head out for an appointment, which is going to take a lot of today. So I'm going to be honest, I've been rushing around doing things, taking my glasses off because I had my shady ones on today. Hey, Helen. Because I've taken my glasses off, I can't see who's here unless I go really close. Oh, and Pemma as well, fantastic. So I'm going to now stop trying to zoom in on what it says on screen. So if you send me anything from here on, I'm afraid I won't be able to read it till the end. But I wanted to take a few moments, a few minutes this morning to start the week, for me as much as for you. We are in full moon energy at the moment. So it was a full moon early yesterday morning, and the energy of the full moon, I have learned over the last few months, continues before and after. So it's a really good time for thinking about intentions. And some of us, those of us who were together, those of you who were together with me around the time of the solstice, we were talking about setting intentions then. So it occurred to me this morning that this would be a good time to revisit those intentions and see whether they are something that still feels right, whether you want to recommit to them, reshape them, reframe them. And if you didn't do that, then obviously this is a time for setting intentions, if that feels right to you. And it's also the other thing I wanted to mention this morning, and I'm going to be revisiting this week. I'm going to come back later in the week and tell you an experience I had over the last few days that really brought this home to me. But I'm not going to go into that now, but I just want to bring us back to this idea that the energy that we are sitting in, the energy that we are giving out from ourselves, is the energy that brings in whatever we attract into our lives. So you can probably feel it yourselves. Once I sat down with my head in that, oh, it's 9:30, I was going to sit down before I started, I haven't done it, I need to go live. And even as I'm talking, I can feel my energy coming in, connecting, settling. Because my body knows that when I sit here talking to you, this is my time for stillness. And this idea about the energy we project is the energy we attract. It's something I've come to believe very firmly over the last few years. And as I say, I had a really clear example of it in the last few days, which I will share when I have a little bit more time later in the week. But on its simplest level, it comes back to the choice, fear or love. And there is so much fear around us in the world at the moment. There are so many people who are in fear on so many different levels. And there are so many things, if we choose to focus our attention on, that can make us fearful, whatever you believe is going on in the world at the moment. But we always have a choice. And even when we choose, even when we are coming from a place of fear, we always have the choice, the opportunity to step back. What am I choosing now? And to focus even on the same things from a place of love rather than a place of fear. And if we are coming from a place of fear, if we are coming from a place of love, then we are increasing the amount of love in the world. If we are coming from a place of fear, we are increasing the amount of fear in the world. So at the very simplest level, that is a fact. And whatever we are putting out is also being attracted back to us. So wherever you are, however your week has started, whatever you've got going on, if there is something big or small that is causing you to be in fear at any level, my invitation this morning is to come back to that and to choose in whatever sense it means, it makes sense for you, whatever works for you, to choose to view that situation from a place of love. So with that, which may or may not tie into your greater intentions, and obviously with everything, as with everything I say, take what works for you and let what doesn't wash over you. I invite you to come out of your heads, to let those thoughts go, to reconnect with your body. Feel, however you're sitting, feel your feet connecting to the earth. Feel yourself resting down, your feet, your sitting bones. Maybe starting to feel that sense of real connection from the feet to the sitting bones that gives the spine support from beneath, allowing the spine to release, extend, move in whatever way it needs to, let the shoulders go. Let your head simply rest on your spine and bring your awareness to your breath. Watching how your breath is moving through your body today, now. Making this commitment for the next few minutes to sit silently together, being with what is. And when your mind starts to wander, as it inevitably does, notice where it's gone and gently, kindly bring it back to your breath. And as you watch your breath, if it feels helpful for you, you might like to match the length of each exhalation to the inhalation that came before it. In a very gentle, kind way. Simply noticing if the next inhalation is particularly long or unusually short, and exhaling for a similar amount of time. And if at any time this feels like a strain, then let it go. It's not about making your breath move in a particular way. It's simply about holding the intention of keeping the exhalation a similar length to the inhalation. And as you watch the breath coming and going in equal measure, maybe you start to become aware of the pauses at the end of each inhalation, the pause at the end of the exhalation, those spaces, those moments when nothing happens. And again, you're not trying to make anything happen, you're not holding your breath, you're simply observing, gently resting your mind in those pauses if you're aware of them. And when your mind wanders, check in with your body. Notice whether you've lost that sense of connection from your feet to the ground. Come back into your feet, re-establish that. Feel the connection to your sitting bones. Let your spine feel supported again. Your shoulders release. And maybe check in with your jaw, your lips, your tongue. Have they tightened? What happens if you let them soften again? And then drop your mind back to your breath, back to those pauses at each end of the breath. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for joining me. If you feel the urge to sit yourself for longer, please do. If you can hear that tune in the background, that's a reminder on my phone. So I apologise for that, but it's out of reach and it's not too intrusive. Thank you for starting your week with me, or whenever you watch this, and thank you for keeping me accountable and making sure that I got a few minutes sitting quietly before I get in my car and go ahead with the beginning of my busy week. I'll be back, as I said, in probably a couple of days to tell you a little bit more about my experience this week of what happened when I was able to completely shift my energy, because I found it very, very meaningful. And of course, if you're a member of my Making Space group, I will see you in there. If you're not, please do come over and join us. Just connect via the link and request to join. And I will see you all soon. Have a beautiful week. Take care.